So I went and got my master's so that when I am in spaces and I do bring up race and I talk about these things, it's not just based on experience, it's based on actual study.
Okay. I'll also ask that, because if I don't see things exactly as you see them,
I don't expect you to.
Don't take it as being combative. You see things one way, I might see it a different way. That doesn't mean I'm being combative.
I would say it's combative when there's a undermining of how someone sees something.
But why are you trying to undermine how I see it?
Because it's my experience.
Okay, well, I'm telling you,
I don't know my experience.
But I'm saying, see, you take it as if I don't agree with you, I'm being combative.
No, I don't. I take it as if I have an experience and you're telling me that my experience isn't what it is.
No,
You're telling me that my thinking somebody is racist who I was in a classroom with for a year that you have never met. You are emitting doubt upon that because of your own experiences.
No, I was talking about the teacher and you.
Right.
And I said,
in your
I believe based on my experience, and a lot of people, is that kids correct an adult, no matter what society it is frowned upon. That's what I was saying. Okay. You took it as that I'm trying to minimize your experience and say, well, I'm defending her when I wasn't.
Okay. I think there's something worth saying that could come off that way, and it should be something to consider.
Well, see, again, you're going to consider it your way because you see things, like you said, you see things through your prism. Okay.
I think it's fascinating to watch you accuse me of doing the thing that you're doing.
No,
it's fascinating.
I think it's
fascinating.
I think sometimes, she thinks everybody's out to get her. And so until she's comfortable with you, she's going to keep that guard up. Mm-hmm. She's going to keep the guard up. Because I asked her for a hug earlier. She's like, nah, I don't hug. I asked her, I said, give me some doubt. She ain't want to give me no doubt. But once I told her, I said, Amanda, this is a safe space. You can tell your story.
Right.
She saw it back. She paused. She's like, can I have a hug? And then she was cool. I think a lot of things and people like, I was trying to invalidate her experience. No, I wasn't. It's the same thing I told Monique when Monique said, I was trying to get this role and Oprah told me to go blah, blah, blah for. Right. And she ended up getting the role. I said, well, Monique, did you ever think that they were looking for a black heavyset woman and you two were probably the only two in Hollywood? And she said, oh, okay, that makes sense. Right. And so when she said the white lady had her teacher, I said, Amanda, did it ever cross your mind that, I don't know where you from, but where I grew up, Ocho, kids never corrected a parent or an adult.
Corrected?
Yes. And that's what I said. I said, Amanda, did you think maybe because you were a child, even though you were right, the mere fact that a child corrected an adult. Now, maybe in today's time, that's fine. Maybe where in some places you grew up. But I don't ever remember being in a situation, a child couldn't even interrupt an adult conversation. You couldn't pull on your parents or your grandparents' leg and say, hey. I'm like, huh? No. So that's what I was saying. I said, maybe Amanda, it wasn't racism. Maybe it was the fact that a child was correcting an adult. But that was her experience. That's what, and like I said, I mean, that's how she felt about it. But I enjoyed the interview. But I ain't got no problem with Amanda Seales. She was great. She's very funny. She has, and I do believe some of the people have done her wrong. And I think a lot of, because that's what you deal with. We all go through it. Dealing with men or women, you're not dating them, you're dating their childhood, their past traumas. That's what you got to get past. So I'm excited. I was excited to have her. She was great. She taught me a lot of things. But she's highly educated. She's real versed. She can sing. She's a comedian. She's a writer.
Is she married?
No, she's not married. She's not married.
The same day, huh?
I mean, yes, I'm listening to you list all the qualities that she has, and I'm just curious if she was married, because that sounds like that's a great catch for someone.
Yeah. No, that sounds like some flaws for some for men. Because as educated as she is,
right?
Yeah.
She's there's a standard of a man that she's looking for.
Right.
Yeah.
If it's not on the same educational level as her, she's gonna look down on. And but that is if they're more educated than her, then they talking down to her. Right. So these are the type of women that will typically be single because they can't find the equal partner to they are.
She wants someone that's versed. She wants someone that's inquisitive. She wants someone that wants to travel. I mean, look, to each his own.
Yeah. Big JTV, man. And I'm going to put some clips at the beginning of the video regarding Amanda Seales. Amanda Seales was on Club Shay Shay. And I'm just going to keep it a bean, man. I do not like this woman at all. I don't like this woman at all. Was she spitting some facts, especially regarding race relations, regarding racism, regarding how people should be treated, and you know, these things, these matters of injustices and facts about activism? Yes, she was. The facts are being misunderstood, and being potentially a highly talented and an intelligent individual fitting into the world or fitting into narratives. I agree with that. You know what I mean? Being treated wrong and being perceived wrong when you yourself don't perceive yourself that way, I can highly relate to that. And I think a lot of people can relate to that, the plight of black women in a lot of spaces that are majority white, that, that don't represent you at all, specifically Hollywood, because that's what she has to deal with, right? I feel it on that. I feel it on a lot of those things. As somebody who has black sisters, mother, aunties, relatives, I completely understand her plight. Obviously, I don't experience it, so I can't validate it in that way, but I get it. You know what I mean? But let me make this perfectly clear. I don't like her because she is a condescending, narcissistic, abrasive, disrespectful person, right? And she's very unlikable. And the fact that she's not aware enough to see these things and acknowledge them and work on them is very telling, man. It's very telling. And, something that I kind of felt was very disrespectful was the fact that she started to talk about autism and her being on the spectrum, her having depression and her having, taking Lexapro. These are antidepressants, and using them as almost a scapegoat for how her bad behavior, who she is. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Because there's a lot of people who are on the spectrum, who have autism, that are actually very likable. They're actually very cool, very chill. That are not condescending, annoying, narcissistic people. You know what I mean? Disrespectful people. Right? There's lots of people who battle with depression, but don't outwardly become negative and bad people towards the planet and people they work around and people they're cool, they're around. Why does Amanda Seales always fall out with people, and not just people, black people specifically? She fell out with, her castmates on the show of Insecure. She even said in the interview that they didn't even want to kick it with her, right? She tried to set up some kind of community, some kind of, going out and doing this, and they didn't want to spend any time with her. Why is that? Okay, if it's one incident, okay, that's fine. Maybe she didn't jive with the people or the cast of Insecure. Insecure actually was a fantastic show, but maybe they didn't wow. Okay, that's fine. Why didn't she vibe with people on the show The Real? Why is that? Well, okay, maybe that's another show. Who knows, man? That's, daytime television. It's a bunch of black women, complaining about whatever. It could be whatever. You know what I mean? That's fine. Why didn't she vibe well with, people writing all these articles about her and her, her not being invited back to things? You know what I mean? Even awards that she's hosted. Why does she fall out with people all the time? Why has she accused an innocent man, Myron Roll, right, of, SA, assault, the sexual kind, you know what I mean? And even worse than that, rape. She accused this man of this. He was found innocent. He wasn't even a part of this. And she has never made a full-out public apology. Why is that? Why is it that almost every environment that she gets in, people end up not liking her? Right? Because it's everybody else's fault. She's the forever victim, dog. You have to understand that she's done nothing wrong and she's the victim. Right? You're the problem. You're the victimizer. You hear me? Specifically if you're a black male. That's how it goes with her. That's how it works in her head. And not just her head. Unfortunately, that's a virus that's happened to a lot of, black women in our society. And I love my black women. But I just got to speak the truth. A lot of black women have a very contentious relationship with black men, especially now in 2024. And it's sad. And I think that it's I know it's by design. When you look at a person like Amanda Seales, you don't think black harmony. You don't think joy. You don't think happiness. You don't think union. You think dysfunction, dog. Dysfunction. And that's why as soon as Ocho said in that clip at the beginning, is she married? Everybody and their mama knew she wasn't married, dog. Everybody and their grandpappy knew she wasn't married. Because there's just enough yapping and disrespect and condescension and narcissism and annoyance that a black man can take. Well, let's not even say black man. Just any man can take. See, man, we're very simple creatures, man. We like peace, man. And I'm preaching to the choir because 95% of my audience is male. Unfortunately, 95% of my audience doesn't even want to click the like button, but they should because I'm preaching. So click the like button if you made it this far. Thank you very much if you already did. But the fact remains, man, she's just an annoying, narcissistic woman, man. You don't want that energy around you. And trust me, the man that she's looking for, or maybe she's going for, that man has multiple options that are not her, so he's going to a good woman who's not her. Men, we like peace. Society likes peace. And as crazy and messed up as Hollywood is, it is a insider type club. It is basically a group of people who look out for each other. It's a community within itself. Now, within that community, there's, areas that are definitely racist, and that I agree with Amanda. Definitely sexist. I agree with Amanda on that too. But your own people not rocking with you, like Issa Rae, right? Issa Rae, black woman, very powerful within her industry, within the Hollywood industry. If you have beef with her, of all people, that might be a reflection on you. If everywhere you go, you have a problem with people and people have a problem with you, there's some self-awareness and reflection you need to have. But your massive narcissistic ego won't let you do that. See, why do we love a guy like Cat Williams? Because Cat Williams, and all his flaws, he's also self-deprecating and reflective. Cat Williams is a literal genius, dog. But he makes jokes like a pimp. You know what I mean? And he doesn't take himself too seriously. He understands the power of being likable. See, you can have autism. You can be somebody with mental health struggles. You can be a literal crackhead and be more likable than Amanda Seals. I'm just telling you the facts, man. I met crackheads more likable than this woman, man. Literal homeless people who are smoking crack. Anyways, that's how I'm going to end this video, man. Big JTV, like, comment, sub. Get in the comments. Let me know if you know a crackhead that's more likable than this woman. And I'm out.